Hello, all of you. My name is Dr. Neha Hamilton, and today we are covering this subject called search engine optimization. And in search engine optimization, we have till now covered a lots of topics like the concept of search engine optimization. We have covered search engine optimization process, in which we have studied in detail the concept of search engine optimization and also what is on page optimization, what is off page optimization. These all things we have already covered. Now today's lecture agenda is to make you understand the specific process by which search engine rank website. So today we are going to understand that what is the uh, basic phenomena between uh, websites, between Google ranking the websites. So how do search engines rank website? What is the procedure? How do they decide that which website is better than the another? And that's how they decide the organic ranking. So this is today's lecture agenda. How do search engine rank website? What is the specific process by which search engine rank website? What are the parameters? What parameters are there of search engine that help them understand that these are the this website should rank better and that website should rank not good. So these are the things that we are going to understand in today's class. Every search engine uses a different formula, which is why the results will be different between Google, Yahoo, Bing, Ask.com, and other search engines. So all the search engines, they use different kind of mechanism, they use different kind of processes to rank websites. For Google, it is different. For Yahoo, it is different. For Bing, it is different. But as we have studied that 60% of the people across the globe are using Google, so in this lecture we are going to understand how do Google rank websites, right? These formulas, known as algorithm, are constantly changing as search engines try to achieve improved results. So as I've told you that there are two kinds of strategies when it comes to website management. We have on-page optimization, we have white hat strategies and we have black hat strategies. White hat strategies means you are genuinely a quality website through your hard work, through your labor, you are working it out, and you are able to increase your ranking. So that is a white hat strategy. Now, what is a black hat strategy? See, black hat strategy means you want to improve the ranking of your website, but with some unethical means. For example, as I've told you, the average keywords in a particular page should be not more than 2 to 5%. If the total number of keywords which are used in a particular web page is more than 60%, 70%, then actually that will be called as a black hat strategy because you are over using the keywords so that crawlers come to your page, right? And you are not, your content is not genuine, your content is not a quality content. So understanding how the algorithm work is the first step in learning how search engine rank website. Almost every day Google introduces changes to its ranking algorithm. Some are tiny tweaks and others seriously shake up the SERPs. So one thing which is important to understand is that Google fortnightly updates all the algorithm. Algorithm are the formulas that decide which website should rank better. This formula has total amount of traffic, on-page optimization, off-page optimization factors, right? A website which is good in traffic, on-page optimization, off-page optimization, for example, backlinking. So that website will be favored by Google algorithm and that will get a higher rank in the search engine result page. Almost every day, Google introduces changes to its ranking algorithm. Some are tiny tweaks, and some seriously shake up the search. So changes are very whatever changes Google makes in the algorithm, that impacts the ranking. That's why I told you that whatever ranking you get in SEO today, it is not something which is permanent. After 2 days it can change, after 14 days it can get changed. Why? Because algorithms are getting updated every every day. The sentence is written that some are tiny tweaks and others shake up the SERPs. That means what is SERP? SERP is search engine result page. Okay, so some changes in the algorithm can do some very little changes that may not impact your ranking. But some changes done in the algorithm can do the change upside down when it comes to search engine result page. So that's why it is very important for us to understand that you have to keep on monitoring the ranking of your website if you want to persist on search engine result page. Now, now we are going to understand what actually are Google algorithm. So we are only going to understand some very specific and famous algorithm, because in totality there are more than 250 uh, algorithms or softwares, we can say, that decides the ranking of websites, combination of 250 softwares. But it is not uh, possible for us to understand all the 250 softwares. So what do? Is we understand all the softwares one by one. We take the most famous softwares, we take the softwares which are very much in form, right? So that's why we are going to understand some of the famous softwares which are part of Google algorithm. So we have Panda, we have Penguin, we have Hummingbird, we have Pigeon, Mobile, RankBrain, Bosom, and we have Fred. So we have a lot of different softwares that decides the ranking of the software. So of the websites. So you only have to study these algorithms that I am teaching you in class right now, because it is practically impossible to study all the softwares in a single go. Okay, so that's why we have taken the most famous and most persisting one softwares. Okay, so the first is Panda. So what is the launch date of Panda software? It was launched on February 24, 2011. So if it is possible, please take out your copies, write down the name of the Google algorithm that we are studying, write down the launch date, hazards, how it works and how to adjust it. These four things are very important. And if you do not want to get confused between all the Google algorithm softwares, I highly recommend you to write it down, right? So you will remember in this class only. There will only be a need of 5 minutes revision. You are done. So let us talk about the first software, which is Panda. So when was it launched? It was launched in 24th February 2011. Okay, so you have to remember the launch date of this software. Then, what are the hazards? The hazards are duplicate and plagiarized or thin content, user generated spam, and keyword stuffing. Now, each word is important. How each word is important? The first thing, try to understand duplicate content. Duplicate or plagiarized content means you have copied the content from somewhere else. You have just copied the content and pasted it somewhere else in your website. So that is basically called as duplicate, plagiarized, or thin content. As I have already told you that copying is something which is unethical. Even if you are taking a content from some website, it is recommended that you take permission from the website owner or the author or when you are writing it, is use it as a form of reference, so that a reader who is reading your blog or reading your content should know that this script or this content is originally written by whom. So Google has a software called Panda which takes out the duplicate content. For example, you are writing an article on hair care products and you are searching it on Google, and you pick out first two or three websites, you copy the content and you paste it on your website. So what happens is that if you copy paste the content on your website, Panda is a software that is going to catch you, right? It is specifically designed to check whether the content is genuine or not, whether the content is originally written by the author or not. If you have copied even a single line, a single sentence, it is going to be caught up by Panda. And Panda is going to pull down your ranking on search engine result page. Unless and until you change that content that you have copied, you are never going to rank higher in Google. Next is, see, plagiarize has the same meaning. Plagiarize means you claim that this content is written by you, but it is actually written by somebody else. When you claim or you show to others that whatever content is, written by you and it is your artwork or your creation, but you have actually copied it from somewhere else, that kind of content is called as plagiarized content. And we have very specific softwares to check plagiarism, right? What is plagiarism? It is just copying the content from somebody else. That is plagiarism. So we have some specific software that we use to check the research papers, we use to check the PhD thesis work, that whether the student has genuinely written that report or not. If the student had copied that report, the amount he has copied in that report will come to you as a percentage. And we generally, universities tolerate 10 to 15% of uh, copied content. In 100%, we accept 10 to 15% of copied content. But 90% of the content should be genuine. Okay. So duplicate, plagiarized thin content, user generated spam, keyword stuffing, these are all features of Panda. Now the next thing is how it works. Panda assigns a so-called quality score to a web page. This score is then used as a ranking factor. Initially, Panda was a filter rather than a part of Google's rankings also. But in January 2016, it was officially incorporated into the core algorithm. So what is core algorithm? Core algorithm is the basic softwares, the main softwares that decides whom should be visible on the search engine result page and who should not be available. So as I've told you, there are lots of software, 250 softwares, but there are some common softwares which act as a main team, as a lead team in deciding the ranking. And Panda was, included in the core team in 2016. So this data is very important from exam point of view. If your exam is multiple choice questions, right, then this type of question can come, that when Panda was included in Google core ranking, right? So it was January 2016. How to adjust? Run regular site checkups for content duplication, thin content, and keyword checking. So you have to check your website regularly. You have to keep on monitor your website regularly. That if you find anything which is duplicate, if you find anything which is copied, keyword stuffing. As the name suggests, stuffing means adding more than 2 to 5% of keywords in a particular web page. If you are adding more than 2 to 5% of keywords in a particular web page, then trust me, uh, this is a strategy which is not going to work, right? Because you are overusing it, you are overstuffing it. Overstuffing will do nothing but will bring down the ranking of your website. So, this is how Panda works. What is the basic phenomena where it works? It works on duplicate and plagiarized content, or it works on keyword stuffing. It is one of the softwares, core team of softwares in Google algorithm, and it is actually when it was incorporated in 2016, and when it was introduced or launched, it was launched in 24th February uh, 2011, right? So that is the launch date. Now these are the things that you need to understand of Panda, and you need to remember these things for Panda because it is one of the most common algorithm of Google software, right? So I hope you will remember this. And whenever you read these issues, duplicate content, plagiarized content, keyword stuffing, you should keep in mind that Panda is associated with this. Okay, so they have kept the name of the softwares from the name of the animals, right? For example, panda is an animal, penguin is an animal. Okay, so the second software that we are going to understand is called as Penguin. Okay, so what is Penguin? Penguin is a software which was launched on 24th April 2012. Right. What are the hazards? Spammy or irrelevant links, links with over optimized anchor text. So, hazards means what are the risks your page can have so that Penguin can pull down the ranking of your website, right? Spammy or irrelevant content. When I say irrelevant content means lots of ads. For example, you have a web page in which content is very less and ads are very high. When number of ads are very high and the content is very less, that will be actually spammy or irrelevant content. Spammy means a content which is not acceptable by others, a content which is not ethical, right? So if you are adding these kind of contents, which is called as spammy or irrelevant content, for example, you are a food blogger, you are writing article on food, and the advertisements that are appearing on those web pages are of something very different. For example, sports. So food and sports do not have much of common things. A person who is reading an article on you know food has nothing to do with sports. So these are the things that you should keep in mind. Also, you should not over burden your page with lot of ads. If there are a lot of ads are more and the content is less, then also the user gets irritated and the bounce rate of your website increases. So, in order to check the bounce rate, in order to avoid yourself or save yourself from Penguin, which is the Google algorithm update, you have to uh, you have to uh, stop adding irrelevant or spammy content in your uh, websites. How does it work? Google Penguin's objective is to downrank sites whose links it deems manipulative. Since late 2016, Penguin has been part of Google's core algorithm. Okay, so Google Penguin's objective, what is the objective of Google Penguins? Is to downrank the website. Why do they downrank the website? They downrank the website because whenever the links they found are manipulative and whenever the lot of ads are used or a lot of spammy content is being used. Now, how do you adjust it? The way you adjust it to monitor your link profile score and run regular audits with a backlink checker. So all you need to do is you need to monitor your profile growth. Uh, you need to find out that what are the things that are interrupting in your profile growing, and you have to do regular checkups that if of all the web pages that there should be no spammy links, irrelevant content, right? Basically, we are talking about irrelevant links. Links means you are linking your web page to another web page which is totally irrelevant, which do not has any meaning, right? So try to avoid these things unless Penguin is going to pull your ranking down. Next is Hummingbird. Hummingbird is again the third, software that we are going to understand in Google algorithm. So when it was launched on August 22nd, 2013, right? When it was launched in 2013. What are the hazards? Hazards are keyword stuffing and low quality content, right? Whenever you stuff your website with a lot of keywords and your content is not of good quality. Content is not of good quality means you have not used right kind of words, you have not added right kind of information in your blogs. That is when Hummingbird comes into play. So Hummingbird helps Google better interpret search queries and provide results that match searcher intent as opposed to the individual terms within the query. While keywords continue to be important, Hummingbird makes it possible for a page to rank for a query even if it doesn't contain the exact words the searcher has entered. This is achieved with the help of natural language processing that relies on latent semantic indexing, co-occurring terms and synonyms. Okay, so we are talking about content here. You know, so let's do a quick revision. Till now, we have covered two softwares. The first software that we have covered was of Panda. It was launched in 2011, and in 2016 it was added to the core team of Google algorithm. What is the main work of Panda? If you have copied content, plagiarized content, or thin content, then Panda is going to pull you down. It is going to remove you from the search engine result page of Google. Then we have studied Penguin. Penguin works on spammy or irrelevant links. Your page has those links which are irrelevant. Those websites are socially not acceptable. Those websites are unethical, right? Those websites can have links that those are spammy, which means which are socially unacceptable. And also, if you click on those links, you may catch a malware or virus, right? So that is where Penguin comes into play. What is Hummingbird? Hummingbird is totally related to content. If your content is good, then Hummingbird is going to rank you high. If your content is not good, how your content cannot be good? You are not using right kind of words. You are not going to uh, you are not using right language. You are not giving all the information to the audience which the audience are looking for. So the basic feature of Hummingbird is that if an article answers your query and also do not uh, also do not uh, Hummingbird finds out an article which do not have the exact keywords as you are asking for, but Hummingbird find out or searches the answers that is the right answer of your keyword. For example, if you are searching for How do search engines rank website? This is what you type on Google. And there is an article in which full phenomena of how Google ranks the website is given. If in that Google article no search engine term has been used, no ranking term has been used, then also Hummingbird is going to find out that website for you. How Hummingbird has this latent semantic indexing, means a lot of synonyms, a lot of same meaning words are there in their encyclopedia of Hummingbird, and that's how through artificial intelligence they can find the right query to your answer. Now, how to adjust that? Expand your keyword search and focus on the concepts, not keywords. Right? So, what you have to do is when you are using Hummingbird, you have to expand your keyword search. Right? Expand your keyword search means, if you are writing an article on Olympics, then find out the trending keywords, not only one or two, but five or six keywords. We have seen that when we scroll down the page on Google Trends, there is one term called related queries. So you have to go on related queries, and then you have to find out related keywords, four or five top keywords, and try use all those five keywords so that Hummingbird understands that what your article is related to. And if somebody is searching on Google, Hummingbird helps your article stand out, right? So this is how Hummingbird works. So we have to connect the keyword, the content quality with Hummingbird, right? So again, we have to remember that Penguin is related with duplicate content or plagiarized content. Penguin is related to spammy or irrelevant links. Now, Hummingbird, which is the third software, this is related to bad quality content or low quality content. So, your content should be having a good quality. Now, next thing that we have to understand is Pigeon. Okay, Pigeon was launched on July 24, 2014, December 22, 2014. So it was relaunched on 22nd December 2014. Okay, so what is the basic function of Pigeon? Poor on and off page search engine optimization. So, in the last class, we have understood what are the on page factors and what are the off page factors. We have already covered those things. For example, in on page factors, we have covered that we have title tag, we have meta description, we have image, we have body texts. All these things are part of on page optimization. When we talk about off page optimization, it is all about backlinking, it is all about social network presence. So how you are linked with the other website and other resources on internet. So Pigeon is a software that is basically there to filter out the pages which are not good on page and off page SEO, right? So the basic work of Pigeon is to find out whether the website is doing good on page optimization and whether the website is doing good on off page optimization. Now, how does it work? Pigeon affects those searches in which users' location play an important part. The update created closer ties between the local algorithm and the core algorithm. How to adjust it? That means how to avoid yourself from the bad effects of Pigeon, because Pigeon can pull you down. Okay, invest efforts into on and off page optimization. So if you think his Pigeon is pulling you down, you do not have good on page and off page optimization, then try to work on your search engine optimization. Try to optimize your pages on page as well as off page. Check the title in programming, check the meta description in programming, check the keyword density, you know, check the image SEO, check the page loading speed, check the internal linking of the website, check the backlinks. These all things are part of on page optimization and off page optimization. So, what is Pigeon? Pigeon is a part of Google algorithm which decides the ranking of website. And what are the factors on the basis of which Pigeon ranks the website? They rank the website on the basis of on-page SEO and off-page SEO. Next is mobile. Uh, Mobile is again a Google algorithm. You have to remember the launch date. It was launched on 21st April 2015. The launch dates are very important, right? You have to write down the launch dates and you have to remember these launch dates because they are important from MCQ point of view. Okay, so what are the hazards? Lack of mobile version of the page and poor mobile usability. So I can say that mobile is basically a, a Google algorithm that is focusing on the mobile performance of your website. If you have not optimized your website on the basis of mobile screen, as per the mobile screen, or if you do have an application, whether it is optimized according to the mobile phone usage or not, these all things you need to add in your mobile applications, right? So Google Mobile Update ensures that mobile friendly pages rank at the top of the mobile search, while pages not optimized for mobile are filtered out from the search or seriously downranked. Okay, so mobile has the basic algorithm which is specifically designed to filter out the mobile usage. So if on your mobile phone, right, it doesn't work on desktop or laptop. If on your mobile phone you are opening Google and in Google you are searching for something, then the basic function of mobile is to show you the websites. Those are optimized for the mobile usage. For example, you open a website on your mobile and you need to scroll left, right. The full page is not visible on one go. You have to change the position of your mobile to see or read the full website. That means that particular website is not optimized as per the mobile needs. Okay, so these are the things which are done by mobile, which is the algorithm which is used by Google, right? Now, how to adjust it? In every algorithm, we have to find out that how to adjust that particular algorithm. So, how to go about it? Go mobile and focus on speed and usability. So, you have to work uh, if you have an Android application, that's good. That's well and good. Uh, that Android application should be optimized as per the mobile users. If you have a website version of your mobile, that also is good. You know, uh, because whenever the user will open that version, option will come. Are you watching on mobile? If you say yes, then the web page changes and it is optimized according to that. So it depends on your company decision or your business decision that whether you are going to uh, optimize your website according to mobile or not. Okay, so this is mobile. Next, next we are going to talk about the sixth Google algorithm, which was launched on 26th October 2015, and the name of this algorithm is called as rank brain. Okay, So, what are the hazards of rank main? Lack of query specific relevance features and shallow content. Okay, so the basic features of rank brain is to uh, narrow down the content which has shallow content. Shallow content means uh, your content is not good, and you are not writing specifically according to the topic, and you are not including all the information that is needed to be there in an article. So RankBrain is part of Google's Hummingbird algorithm. It is a machine learning system that helps Google understand the meaning behind queries and serves best matching search results in response to those queries. How to adjust it? Optimize content for the relevance and comprehensiveness with the help of competitive analysis, right? So, RankBrain is a part of Hummingbird. We have studied Hummingbird before, which is related to semantic measures, which is related to content. So, RankBrain is again related to Hummingbird, in which queries query specific relevant features. Query specific features means if I am talking about uh, public holidays on national holidays in August 2021, is if this is what I'm searching on Google. Now there is an article in Google which has public holidays of 2021, but they have not included the month of August, right? If they have not included the month of August, they are not answering my question. Yes, this is about public holidays that I am interested in, but I am specific interested in public holidays of August. That's what I'm not getting in that particular article. So this is the basic work of RankBrain, that whatever specifically you are asking, RankBrain is going to give you that. Sometimes there is no need to go to a particular website. RankBrain will give you the answers on the first page only, first page, first column. I will show you how. Okay. So what are the keywords that I have typed in? I have typed in public holidays in August 2021, right? So there is no need to go to any website or scroll down the page. They are giving me two public holidays. The first is Indian Independence Day, which is on 15th August, and second is Ashura, which is from 18th to 19th August 2021. So there is no need for you to go down and open a particular website. These results are coming to you with the help of Hummingbird Google algorithm, which is a part of Rank Brain algorithm, which is a part of Hummingbird. Okay, if you want, I can type any other specific query also. For example, total working days in August 2021, right? Giving me the answer 23 working days. For example, if I'm typing total Olympics gold medal bagged by India till now, I'm getting the answer straight ahead 31 medals, right? So, there is no need, and they are also giving you the website, that this website is going to give you your exact answers. Whatever you are going to ask, you are going to get the answer straight ahead. And The Google will give you answer. Now, which software is giving you this specific answer? This specific answer is being given by Rank Green software that understands your query, matches your query with the web pages, and then show you the exact answers. So that's it for today. We have covered 5 to 6 total Google algorithms. If you have any confusion, any point of doubt, you can ask me. Okay, thank you so much for joining. I am ending the recording now.